looking to make young men into kings, young women the queens, giving hope and belief that they could achieve whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. Wake up and let's go. 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 When they telling you no, and you feel that it's over, look yourself in the mirror. Wake up and let's go.
Let's go. I'm Chris Woods, and this is the Let's Go podcast. My mission is to educate, encourage, and empower those who seek success. I aspire to inspire individuals to create, cultivate, and execute ideas. Today, I want to talk about, who is on your team and identifying who are the right players and what roles they play on your team. Understanding that in this game that we call life, who your teammates are is directly connected to the results you have and if you are able to win in this game of life. You got to make sure that you surround yourself with builders, people who are willing and ready to work at all times. You can't find yourself surrounded by people who like to destroy, people who like to critique and criticize everything. I call them the nothing people because nothing is good enough. Everything is always bad. You got people, you get around them and, they're going to complain about, water not being wet enough. Or you go to a certain restaurant, they're like, I don't like they ice not cold enough. Those nothing type people, you don't need those people on your team when you're trying to build. When you're trying to make something and you're trying to accomplish something, you need to be around people who are builders, people who are trying to put things together. So for people who are just tuning in, this is the Let's Go podcast, hosted by yours truly, Chris Woods. I'm here to educate, encourage, and empower those who seek success. So as we talk about, building, like you can't try to build something with people who don't have any tools. So meaning you can't have, useless people on your team and expect to win. So sometimes we got to sit down and it's hard because sometimes the people that we have grown close to, people who have, probably made a big impact in our lives, but we have to cut ties with those people because they actually serve no purpose in our lives. When you look at it, like these people serve absolutely no purpose in our lives. The only thing they're there to do is to just put us in a negative mood. When you say you want to go left, they tell you why left, will kill you. And in your heart that going left is the only way to success. And sometimes they know it. They just don't want you to go that way because they're afraid of what might happen if you go and you become successful. Almost to the point to where they believe if you become too successful that you'll leave them behind. And boy, wouldn't that make their day because that'll give them something else to bad to talk about. So what you got to do is you got to make sure that your team is with, you have strong people on your team. And I'm talking about strong mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually strong. You got to have people on your team that are ready to battle, ready to go to war and work as hard as they can for you to be successful. See, that's what it's all about, is having a team of people who want you to be successful. And vice versa. You have to want the members of your team, you have to want them to be successful as well. It has to be reciprocated. One of the best things that I have going for me is that I have a great support system. And a lot of it has to do with the work that I've put in with those people. Like, I'm the type of person, I try my best. There's no even trying. I do my best to be there for my friends. I do my very best to be there for my friends. If they need me, they can call me any time of the day, and I do my best to be there for them. So I believe that me planting that seed and being there for those people, they in turn do the same for me. You can't expect someone to be loyal to you when you're not loyal to them. A lot of times people see that. that sometimes you are only loyal to yourself. So when they realize that you're only loyal to you, they don't really put much into you, because what are they going to get out of it? But when they see that you care about them just as much as you care about yourself, they'll give you the world. They'll give you the shirt off their back. So for me, I have realized that in my life that being generous, and generosity doesn't always come with money. What people have to realize is, and I've said this plenty of times, that your most valuable asset is your time. So if you are generous with your time, and then on top of that give people all your energy, your effort, and your enthusiasm, oh man, they'll give you the world back in return. They'll give you the world back in return. And if you dealing with somebody who won't reciprocate that effort, then you got to cut ties with them. They're not a good teammate. They're not a good teammate. You see, and sometimes you find somebody, I take for instance, like you watch, Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's playing so fast, so hard. A lot of people look at him and they say that he's out of control. He forces shots. He's selfish. But imagine if he had at least 3 other people on his team playing as hard as he was playing. What would happen? Because you see, a lot of times when the ball is loose, he's coming from the other side of the court, beating those people to the ball. And that shouldn't be humanly possible. The only way that that's possible is because the people on the ball side, they're not hustling to it. So if everybody is working hard, then more things get accomplished. So that's really what we have to do, is focus on, you have to watch who you have around you. And based on the conversations that you have with people, you could tell if you need to keep them on your team or not. So for girls, if you meet a guy and this guy is spending a lot of time talking about other guys, or asking you about guys that you've dated, or talking bad about guys that you've dated, then you need to leave this dude alone. And the reason I say that is because a great man never has to speak down about another man. A great person never has to speak down about another person. When you have greatness within you, you have enough to talk about in that alone to not have time to talk about anything else. And what that also shows you is the character of the person, because they are a destroyer, and you want to be around builders, people who are constantly trying to build character. They're trying to build a foundation with you, and not trying to destroy anyone else's, but just try to build on their own. And I think that that's something that has to be looked at more so, in romantic relationships and friendships and business. I have a thing with me is I don't do business with people who talk bad about other businesses. I had this big thing when I was being recruited by colleges. You would schools would always ask, well, who else is recruiting you? And then when I would tell them, based on the reaction that they would give me, would let me know if I wanted to even be a part of their program or not. So if a coach asked me who was recruiting me, and then they turned around and said something like, well, why you want to go there? That program sucks, I automatically knocked them off the list. I didn't want them on my team, and I didn't want to be a part of their team, because I want to be a part of a team that focuses on what we do well, and then look at what we do bad and build on that. I don't have time to be around people who are focused on everything else, what everybody else doing. Because if you know the ins and outs of this other program, how much time are you spending on yourself if you focus on what somebody else doing? You see, and that's my thing, is that I want to be around people who are focused on me being better and focused on them being better. And together we could be great. That's I guess the biggest thing for me is just being around people who want to be better than what they are, and not worried about what other people are doing. So that's what, has to be your circle, your inner circle. You being one, who are 4 other people that you can look at and say, okay, this is my starting 5. Counting yourself. So you plus 4 other people. So if you don't have 4 other people that you can build and achieve your dreams with, then you need to sit down and find you some new friends. That's my advice to you. If you don't have 4 people that you can look at and say, this is my 4 other starters with me, and we could go out and conquer the world, then you need to get you some new friends. That's just a fact. Because you think about it, and it's amazing how the network is. So you are one person, and then you have 4 other people. Each one of you has a different network from the other. Well, at least you should. So I may bring an extra 10 people to the group that we can build with, or that can help us get to a certain spot depending on what we're doing. And then if each of the 4 other people, they bring 10 more people to the group. So you got 10 from me and 10 from the other 4. That's 50 extra people that can help with what we're doing, be it through funding, be it through word of mouth and spreading, helping us advertise what we're doing, being able to help set up and get things done, from a manual standpoint, whatever it is, but you have a network. If you look around and you got somebody standing next to you, and you say, okay, well, who do you know that can help us with this? And they say, I don't know anybody. Well, who do you know that can help us with this? And they say, well, I don't know anybody that can do that either. And then you turn to them and you say, well, what can you do? And then they say, well, I don't know what you want me to do. Get rid of them. Because I said it once and I'm going to say it again. You can't build with people who don't have tools. You can't build anything with people who don't have tools. And then if they don't have tools or skills, then, what are you doing but wasting time? So it's just one of those things. Like I read something the other day that said that people who want to be successful, they don't have any choices. Either you're going to do what needs to be done or you ain't. Either you is or you ain't. Either you're going to surround yourself with positive, proactive people who are concerned with your progression. Again, surround yourself with positive, proactive people who are concerned with your progression. And then you reciprocate that concern by being positive and proactive in their life and concern yourself with their progression. Now, if you got a bunch of people, and not even a lot, but like I say, just 5 people, 5 core people who are concerned with each person's within that core 5, each one of you are concerned with the other's progression. You're concerned with this person meeting their maximum potential, no matter what it is that they're doing. That's a winning team. That's how you win. When you concern yourself with your teammate being good. Now, on top of everything else, first and foremost, you have to make sure that you're right. You have to make sure that you are 100% correct in the manner in which you carry yourself. And once you do that, then you can help somebody else and you can help the next person. And then the same thing goes for your teammates. Once they find out that they're 100% correct, then they can help you, because the first order of business and leadership is that you must first be able to lead yourself before you can lead others. And that's another thing in life. You must first be able to help yourself before you can help others, be of help to others. You see, so as soon as you figure that out, and then you'll start to notice that, things will start to happen in your favor and happen in your team's favor. And that's just the fact of it. A lot of times that we get lost in that. Real quick, for people who are just tuning in, this is the Let's Go podcast hosted by Chris Woods. I'm here to educate, encourage, and empower those who seek success. If you have not already, go ahead and go to outskirtspress.com/Let's Go Chris Woods, or go to barnesandnoble.com or either amazon.com and pick up your copy of One Mailbox at a Time, your step-by-step guide to success, written by yours truly. Right now, I'm working on some stuff. I got some stuff, planned out with me and my teammates, as I like to say, we're working on some things. I have two books that I'm currently working on: How to Become a Great Kisser, and also The 7 Selves of Success. I believe that these, that all three of my books are helpful, but I believe that these next 2 books that I'm writing on, I think that they will really be successful, even more successful than One Mailbox at a Time has been. And I believe, that I will inspire someone. I don't know how many people, but I know that I will inspire someone to chase their dreams and be the best version of themselves that they can be. That is my mission. Like I say, is to create, cultivate, and execute, help people create, cultivate, and execute ideas. That is my mission. I have a mission to help someone. I don't know who it is, but help someone be the best versions of themselves. I know 100% sure, that there are at least, 100 people in the world who, relate to what I'm saying. And I know that there are at least 100 people in the world that can, I guess, benefit from what I'm saying. So I hope that, before my days are done, that I'm able to meet those 100 people. Those 100 people will be introduced to my work some type of way, some way, shape, form, or fashion. I spend a lot of time, dealing with youth. So I know that someone, has benefited from me. I know that I have, up until this point, have lived a life, of good, and I've helped some people, along the way. I have teamed up with Pastor Rich Reynolds, and we're putting together a leadership conference in Indianapolis, Indiana. What's the date on that? I want to say May 6th. We're hosting an event for boys in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. I have more information about that soon on where you can register. We're getting everything set up. We're going to take the first 100 boys that we get. It won't be the last time that we do it. We're just right now just testing out some things and seeing how this first one goes. And as I always say, with everything I do, I like to make, I hope to make the first one my worst one, and make the next one bigger and better each time. So I hope that, I could just leave you with this, and just remind everyone to work hard, work smart, and work consistent for what you want, because it will not come to you without a fight. Understand that there's definite anguish involved with achievement. Know that if you want to take the prize, you must be willing to take the pain. You must commit, you must connect, and you must be in covenant with the process of progressing towards your maximum potential. One thing is for sure, hard work is hard. And 2 things are for certain: proper preparation prevents poor performance. And unless you become acquainted with hard work, you cannot expect to meet success. If you are willing to invest your time, your energy, and your effort, you could do anything you put your mind to. Never stop believing, never stop working, and always remember, it is the struggle that makes you strong. Obstacles cannot stop you. Problems cannot stop you. Most of all, other people cannot stop you. The only one who can stop you is you. You have the power to be as great as you want to be. Believe in yourself. Be dedicated, be determined, be disciplined, and remember, success is waiting on you. Let's go.
Looking to make young men into kings, young women to queens, giving hope and belief that they could achieve whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. Wake up and let's go. 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 When they telling you no, and you feel that it's over, look yourself in the mirror. Wake up and let's go.